What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm just going over some things I've done so far to my 2010 Dodge Charger Pursuit. I just got a set of tires on it. They're Firestone tires. The tires with brand new sensors, mounted, balance, all that happy stuff, was about $800. It rides a lot better with tires, and they actually slip a lot less versus the Pursuit tires that were on this car. And those Pursuit tires the fronts were worn down. The rears were okay, but the fronts were worn down, but I wanted to go ahead and just replace them, get brand new tires on it. So I went ahead and ordered a center console. Of course, I don't need the big center console here. I also don't really want the factory console, so I went with this aftermarket one you can get on eBay. It's pretty good for what it is. It's got, a little bit of storage in there. I mean, it's good, about 6 inches deep there, probably, if that. Probably about 4 or 5, actually. So, it's made out of wood. It's not made out of metal like I was kind of hoping it would be. I'm sure it says that in the description. It's just me kind of being picky, but it bolted up pretty easily. One thing I will say is when I got it, this would slide back and forth. That way you can adjust and get it how you want it. In order to get to the screws, you have to pull the staples out of here, which are in the carpet, which you have to either push those back in with a hammer or re-staple it, which I'm not really going to worry about it. But there's a screw there and a screw down there. Those are Phillips head screws. I don't know what the nuts are on the back of them. I just used a pair of pliers. That way I didn't have to hunt for a wrench or a socket, and it worked just fine. Make sure you do not tighten these down a lot. Don't put the mousse on them, because it will break this wood. This is cheaper wood. It's actually more of an interior wood. So yeah, do not tighten the crap out of those, because you will break them. Then that just kind of goes back up like that. Same thing with the rear. You see right here, I had to pull the carpet back and get down in there. It's a little dark right now. Let me see if this, yeah, there you go, that helps you. I just turned the dome light on. But yeah, you had to pull that back and get down in there, take care of that. I'm gonna kind of pop that back in place. It bolts in right here, and here. And then there's 2 bolts. There's actually 4 holes below this center console, or below this armrest. There's 4 bolt holes down there for existing equipment, and also the factory center console. It goes in the front 2 holes, not the back 2, the front 2. So that's something to remember. They're not the easiest to get to. I tried using a swivel socket, which I don't have it in here anymore, but I tried using a swivel socket on a long extension, and I'm just knocking stuff over, and that didn't really work too well. I was able to get it tightened down with a screwdriver, and then tighten it even more with a 10mm wrench. It is these 2 bolts here and those 2 in the rear back here are 10mm. It does also give you some extra hardware pieces, which you really don't need. I've got a couple extra bolts here as well. I think this is kind of supposed to be more of a universal kit. I don't know what I'm going to put here. I might see if they have something different to put here. I'm also going to try to get the factory cover to go here, and just cut it out so this it slips in here. Or I might try to put something there. I've got a CB radio on the way. I'm gonna either try to hook it. I'm gonna either try to bolt it here and put a bracket, plate back here, or I might try to mount it here, or see if I can somehow do something in there to kind of cover that up where it's kind of at an angle. But I'm not 100% sure yet how that's going to work. I did put Bluetooth in the car, and what I mean by I put it in there is I bought this little thing right here. Turn that down because it's staticky. This thing right here, the Ugreen, and it was like 20 bucks online, and it simple to use, really easy to set up. Yeah, it's great. I like it a lot. It does come with a long USB cord, and my charger actually has the centerpiece here, which some of them don't have, and it had a cigarette lighter here, which was unplugged and just didn't work. So I swapped it out for a USB port, or a double USB port. Actually, I bought for my Humvee, and I've got a Humvee sitting in the backyard. I need to do a little bit more work too, but I bought it for that. And so this is a spare one, and I'll put it in here. It works just fine. That's really about it for right now that I've done to it. I've got some other modifications coming, and really the only thing I actually have left that's coming is the I've got a push bar coming for the front, and I've got like I said, I've got the CB radio, and I've got a antenna coming. That's really about it. I did order a headrest. This headrest was missing in some of my previous videos. I did order that. That was about 50 bucks, which is a little bit more than what I wanted to pay, but hey, whatever, I got it. This also, yeah, that's loose. I need to tighten that up. This was a K9 car, and so when they stripped all the stuff out of it, you know, some of the interior panels were loose and just not on there at all. Like the door panels were not on there. They were in the back seat. I'm still missing the stuff for the door panels, and what I mean by the stuff is I'm missing window switch and the door linkage to connect the interior handle to the latching mechanism. I've got to get that stuff, but I'm really not too terribly worried about that right now. But it is something I will be getting. Also, something I did not update on was my horn. Yeah, my horn did not work. So it works now. And here, let me actually show you. Let me show you what the problem was. As soon as I can find the hood release. So I had a couple problems with this thing. And the hood release. There's a wire. See if I can pop this off. There are wires right down in here that were cut, that went to the horn. And so if you get a charger, one of these chargers, and the horn does not work, that's probably the reason why. It's because those wires are cut. I'll connect that back here in a minute. That's kind of a pain to do with one hand. But really, that's about it for right now. I am going to be sending this thing off very soon to get it painted. I'm just going to do solid black. This was a black car when it was new from the factory, when they bought it in 2010. And the door jambs and stuff are still black. They just painted the center white for the town that owned it. Which should be a very simple, pretty cheap paint job. Here's the Firestone tires that I got. And like I said, they ride very smooth. So far I'm impressed with them. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, and I will update y'all when I've done some more stuff to it. Have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later.